Oh, guys, welcome back. Loki's whole family is delightful. Okay, I don't know what he went off to do, but he's been doing this all day. Give me a mental image. No, is this coming from him being in the room? Is this from far away? I don't know. But this mental image of this little fox looking at his paws, like, almost like I think he's trying to tell me whatever he did go do is something small like a seed. So the fact that I didn't see anything today, he's like it's I guess small. It's planted. I don't know what happened. I would love to have been there, but I don't know what happened. It's like tiny. He can hide it in two little fox balls. And I told you guys I'd noticed Odin was backing away from me for a while. But I was like, okay, I got stuff to do. And I didn't want to say anything because we usually don't talk about him on the channel, but Fenrir's been coming around super strong lately. And I thought he was just doing a thing where he comes and he's here for a few days and then he's gone. So I usually don't tell you if Fenrir's here. I'm like, okay, he's here and, he just wants a few minutes of attention, whatever. He's been giving me like an image of rubbing his scent all over anything Odin ever touched because Odin hasn't really been here, honestly. I mean, he's like vaguely here and then not really. And, Fenrir's being pretty bold and like giving me like images of like he'll be like getting up on the hind legs and like just putting his scent all over everything. And I'm like, okay. And he asked for room on Daddy's altar, and I said, "Well, you've always actually had stuff over here. Fenrir, the wolf stuff's for you." And then he's like looking at the top altar, and he says, "If he never comes back, I have that too?" And I looked at him, and I was gonna say, "You're your father's son. What have you done now?" But I said, sure." I said, "If you want it, and he doesn't come back, fine, you can have it." But I said, what are you going to do if you're enjoying all this stuff and, it all belongs to Fenrir now? I said, what are you going to do if you come back and he wants all his stuff back? Hmm, what does that mean? And I was like, oh no. You know that if you work with Fenrir, that look he gets in his eye of he's the boss wolf? And nobody's going to go take his territory. And Daddy's there like, that's Daddy's little boy. And I said, you're usually getting along with Odin when he was here. What happened behind the scenes? He's not saying, but Odin's like, if I'm getting anything from him at all, it's like it's being sent from super far away. And honestly, I think it's Ymir trying to come in and do something. And I said, okay, so Odin's backed off for a while with me, as he does. He goes on walkabout for weeks at a time, comes back and is terribly upset that we weren't doing anything remotely related to Odin all that time. For people that join for Odin, he'll be back eventually, which is why I told Fenrir I don't think this is entirely wise, but if he wants to claim this is all Fenrir territory, great. Because, the demons don't mind. I see them as old gods, but they don't mind. They're like, okay, they don't care. And Loki certainly doesn't mind. I've been seeing Fenrir stuff everywhere, guys. People have been talking about him on the channel. He's been popping up on ex-Christian Reddit for some reason. Wolves were falling out of the sky on Pinterest, but I wasn't getting the message because I was thinking Wolves old man. I know I'm a horrible person. I like, yeah. I wasn't thinking of Fenrir. I just wasn't. And I think if Loki wanted me to learn anything along the way of him pulling this whole shenanigan that he pulled, is that we don't have to be like that. We don't have to convert people. We don't have to shame people for their beliefs. We don't have to exclude people based on who they love or the color of their skin or how much money they have or don't. We don't, yeah, I got amen, sister. We don't have to exclude people based on anything else. I mean, if they're openly hateful and mean and they start screaming stuff, yeah, I'm gonna kick them off the channel. But, we don't have to do that as a people. We don't have to exclude people based on what gods they love or, who they worship or anything or, whether they read, tarot cards or not or anything like that. And we don't have to pick weird theological hills to die on. If you believe, for example, you can work with Fenrir, as I do, great. But if you don't believe that, fine. I don't have a problem with that. If you believe in Ragnarok, great. And in there you get three basic flavors. It has happened, it is always happening, it is yet to happen. Three basic flavors. You know, it doesn't matter if we believe the same things or not. We're on the same side. We really are. We're with these gods. We're on the same side. And, you know, it was kind of like, I think, as he's doing his mischiefs, because I know he did something. You know, when he looks too satisfied with himself that he has done something. I was getting the idea of they don't want us to end up like that. They don't want to have us, like, one of the latest things on the Facebook, Lord, was picking a fight with a church with. I took a look at the two church leaders and I was like, oh, Lord. I would not fight with those people. They look like the mega boss at the end of a video game about Christendom, is what they look like. Those people that have those huge teeth in the hair, you know, those kind of Christians? Those kind of Christians. They got money, honey. They got enough money to have, I'm not kidding. I didn't watch his stuff or anything, but I was just fascinated. They can have elephants come out and be in the church, and although I don't think elephants should be made to entertain humans, it's like, that is some money, and they have concerts with fireworks, and they got roller coasters. I'm like, I don't know if they own all this stuff, but these people got bank. They're the kind of church that they aren't doing the small town version of the hot dogs and hamburgers. I mean, these are some deep pockets. This must be a church for the fairly wealthy. And they had a blended congregation, which great for them. I actually went to their church page because I was like, who's she picking a fight with? And that's when I saw the pastors. Somebody claims they left that church, which is usually Christian, for I got kicked out. And, you know, they're trying to tell you about how bad their teachings are and everything. I'm like, I just didn't see gay ally stuff for Pride Month. And they have a thing you can search their thing, and I searched it, and I tried to search up LGBT, I tried to search up gay pride, I tried to search up Pride Month. I didn't find anything, which I guess is better than finding condemnation, but I didn't find support either. Some churches just go, and they won't say a word, which is, you know, it's better than nothing. But, you know, we'd rather see allyship, but I'm like, why is she picking these fights all the time? And I think that's what I'm getting from Loki, of don't pick fights. And what I'm getting from Fenrir is, this is Fenrir's territory now. And I said, you know, Odin's not going to hurt him if he comes back. Odin can't hurt him. I mean, they're both literally deities. But, you know, Fenrir is just, you know, very proud, head held high, you know. And by the way, if you work with Fenrir, my personal experience, you can work with Tyr too. Tyr was supposed to be the only god other than Loki that was brave enough to play with him. Though there was supposed to be, and I don't know if this is canon or not. There's supposed to be canon. There's supposed to be a human somehow that got into Asgard, and that was a friend of Fenrir too. I don't know if it's something people added later, but that's religion. If you go on Grimfrost, they actually tell you that their religion was a lot more fluid. If you wanted to change the stories to fit the times, it was totally okay. They didn't have a problem. And they actually changed the stories all the time. So what we got was just the story, how it was being told, how it made sense at the time it was recorded. We don't know what the original true teachings were because it was like, it was so not important to them. So, you know, we're having a good one. Fenrir's going around. It's raining. It's kind of nice. It's raining, and we're putting up butterflies for Satan, and and for Asmodeus, and you know, Fenrir's being like really, you know, he might be gone tomorrow. That's why I usually don't talk to him. Like, just when it seems like he's establishing himself a place, he kind of, he wanders off. But, you know, he's being very assertive lately. So if you're getting Fenrir, maybe it's not just me, but Fenrir's really being assertive. I tried putting on the jewelry. I was like, I had no problem wearing it for Fenrir. You know, they got to learn to share, because you sometimes only have one necklace or something. I still can't wear jewelry, so I don't know if, like, I still have like a teeny tiny thing on my neck where I wore it over the shirt. Where the jewelry hit is just about where that thing is. So I'm like, this is like the world's longest reaction, whatever it is. But you know, he's okay with me not being able to wear jewelry or anything else. Because I said, "Is this gonna bother you?" Because that was one of the way I honored them, to, like, wear the jewelry and that, and he doesn't care. I can wear the hat, I can wear the shirt. I got my beautiful three-wolf shirt on, and he has his place on his daddy's altar. He just has some more stuff over here, and he is going to put a pole on the top too, and I'm like, "Look, if Odin comes back, you two can have an interesting discussion." So, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.